Hello guys, so today I would like to show you the Marincess deck that I took to locals last week. I ended up going X-1 and the only loss I've had was against Rescue Ace, but it was because my opponent kind of cheated against me. What happened was that I actually had the Marincess Link monster on the field, and during their turn I used Marincess Wave, and at some point they forgot that the wave protected my Link monster. They activated Contain on my Link monster, and I told them it's okay, like the activation is okay, and they were like, okay, then she's popped, and I was like, well, she's protected by wave, and they just set the Contain back and acted as if it never happened. And even though I told them to please not take it back, and I also, when I activated wave, I mentioned that now Marbled Rock was unaffected, they still insisted on getting it back. And yeah, I technically only lost because they had this one extra interruption, to be honest, but it's okay. We lost 2-1 by the way in that match. And yeah, the other matchups were Vanadium, which we won game 1 and game 2 as well, sorry, yeah. We also played against Tear Laments, and we also played against, what else? I'll remember and post the results down below. I'm a bit tired right now, so my brain is not working properly. So let's get into the deck profile. I'll also mention some of my side deck choices, which weren't anything that incredible, but yeah, let's get into the deck profile. So first of all, we have our best starter, which is Marincess Blue Tank. Blue Tank says that upon summon, she can special summon, she can send one Marincess monster from your deck to the graveyard. This is especially great because she can set up something for you to add with one of your Link monsters that adds one from the graveyard, but she also has another nice effect that says that when she's used as a Link material for a Marincess Link monster, or a water monster, probably, yeah, she can excavate the top 3 cards of your deck, and you can get a Marincess card from one of those cards, if you do excavate one. This is particularly great because she can also help you chain block effects, and yeah, that is very important. Next up, we are playing the triple Spring Girl. Spring Girl is an extender of the deck, probably the best extender. She says that you can summon her by banishing one Marincess monster from the graveyard, and she as well has an effect when linked off, and she mills cards from the top of your deck to the grave equal to the number of Marincess monsters you control at that time. This is also great because, once again, this can help you chain block and protect your important effects from Ash Blossom and stuff like that, or even Baron, and yeah. Also, one small fact that actually won me a game the other day was that Blue Tank has a 1500 attack, which is slightly short of contesting the SP Little Knight, but what I did was I activated my field spell first. Obviously they didn't do anything to it, and then I normal summoned my Blue Tank, and then Blue Tank had 1700 attack, so that meant that I could safely, without activating Blue Tank's effect of course, attack over the SP. Yeah, maybe that could come up as well for you, so I just wanted to mention that. Yeah. So afterwards, we are also playing 3 of the other best extender of the deck, which is triple Seahorse. So we have triple Blutang, triple Springer, and triple Seahorse. Seahorse has a great effect. She says that you can actually special summon her to a link arrow that a Marincess link monster points to. Okay. Is it Marincess only? Yeah. It is Marincess only? Yeah. Sorry about that. And she also has another great graveyard effect, but that effect activates only during the turn after she was sent to the graveyard. She says that you can banish her from the grave and you can special summon one Marincess monster from your hand. This is great because when you're playing during your second turn, you can actually have a lot more extension. And not your second turn, I mean the third or fourth turn of the duel, of course. Yeah. And one other great thing is that, of course, this effect doesn't you cannot activate it during the turn you send her to the graveyard, but when the opponent is playing decks like Tearlaments or have mills like that, you can just they can set up your grave for some neat effects to give you more resources, which is great. And also we are playing the 3 Pascalus, and she's kind of the worst one, but yeah, she says that you can actually special summon when she's normal summoned, or special summoned actually. Yeah, you can special summon one Marincess monster from your hand, which is great, but alone she doesn't do a whole lot, unfortunately. She can get to a pretty decent end board in terms of Marincess standards, of course, though. And she also has another insane effect when she's in the graveyard during the turn after it was sent to the graveyard, though. You can actually banish her and add one Marincess spell or trap card from your grave to your hand. Once again, if she's milled because of the opponent's Guido or Kelbeck and stuff like that, you can set her up like that. But see, these 2 effects are also great for follow-up, as I explained earlier. Yeah, so these are our main starters, but we are also playing 3 more Marincess cards. I'm playing the 2 Mandarin. I generally don't like this card, but in this build I really enjoy it because first of all, she's kind of a better starter than Pascalus when she's alone, and second of all, I really like to maximize my Marincess monster names in the deck because I want to have a starter every hand, because when I'm playing a low Marincess count, I tend to not open them and I hate it. And yeah. And also Mandarin has a very neat effect. It says that if you control 2 or more Marincess monsters, if this card is in your hand or in your graveyard, you can special summon it to an arrow a water link monster points to. But you have to target that monster, keep that in mind. So if, for example, that monster is removed from the field, you cannot special summon her back, and yeah. But when she leaves the field, she's banished. She's a great extender. She's a neat send off of Blutang sometimes. She can be a decent starter, once again, as I mentioned, and yeah, I really like her. And we are also playing this Basila Lima. I know I hate her as well. For some reason she was glued to my hand, but even if she was glued to my hand, she kind of did well. I don't know, she carried through. Yeah, she has a protection effect which can come in handy, but I personally run her just because I want to maximize my my Marincess monsters names, I guess. So yeah, Basila Lima is kind of meh, but I really like her, and I prefer for sure the effects of Sleepy Maiden, but Sleepy Maiden is not level 4 and is not a starter, so I hate her. No, I don't hate her, I'm kidding, but yeah. So another weird thing I'm trying is I'm playing double Ice Jade Aegirine run. So you're like, why are you only playing 1? So yeah, for that I have to answer quickly, I guess. I'm playing 1 because I'm also playing 1 Kaiju, now you're going to be like, what the fuck are you doing? I know. But I have this tiny little water package here because I'm also playing the 2 foolish burial goods alongside the 1 ice barrier. I thought that, and it actually helped me quite a lot in this event. I thought that Marincess struggles a lot against removal in this format, and Aegirine run can actually provide some insane extension, especially with that token, and she can also provide some insane synchro plays because Gimir and Chenging are absolutely insane. And yeah, I decided to play 2 and 1 because this made burial goods a lot more versatile, because I can send Ice Barrier and I can either get a Game Shield, which people don't expect at all, or a run that can help me extend. Also, Foolish Burial Goods is insane for 2 more reasons. You can not only send Ice Barrier to get these 2, but you can send Ice Barrier to send Game Seal or Aegirine Run, and then just recycle one of your Marincess names from the graveyard. That means you can recycle either one of these names from the grave, or even a Link monster which you want to reuse or something. But the most important thing is that the Foolish Burial Goods are great because they can send your Marincess spell and trap cards to the grave so that you can get them back with either Anemone or Marbled Rock. And that is very neat, especially if you get trolled. For example, in one game I got trolled and I couldn't get to my wave, but I had the Burial Goods. I sent the Marincess wave to the graveyard, and with Anemone I grabbed the wave back to my hand, and so on. Yeah, I really like this. I'm not going to change it. It paid off a lot. The only bad hand I had was one that I had all 3 of these in my hand, but I still had a starter and a hand drop, so it wasn't that bad. But I mean, yeah. Also, Ice Barrier is kind of a brick, but first of all, as I said, it's not a garnet because Foolish Burial Goods have more purposes than just sending the Ice Barrier to the grave. And Ice Barrier catches a lot of people off guard, I have to say. Like, its effect is great. Yeah. And right. So next up we are playing triple Veiler, triple Ash Blossom. We are playing double draw. I hate playing 3 because I always draw doubles, and most of the times I draw the 2 draws. I end up facing a deck that is not hit by draw in the slightest. So yeah, 2 draws. And now for our Marincess spell and traps, we are playing the 1 Battle Ocean, the sorry about that, the double Marincess Dive, and for our generic, and we are also playing, of course, the double Wave for our spell and traps, as I said, have to be precise. And now for our generic spell traps, we are playing double triple Tactics Talents, 1 Pot of Desires. You are once again going to be like, what the fuck, 1 Pot of Desires? Yes, 1 fucking Pot of Desires. I don't care. I wanted to play 1, I played 1. What's the problem? No, I'm kidding. But yeah, Pot of Desires. I just had 1 spot and I was like, Pot of Desires is good. I mean, drawing 1 is okay. Never bad. I'm not going to draw desires off of my desires ever again. Like, who cares? It's a great top deck. It's a great draw in general. 1 desires. Yes. And we are playing the triple Imper. Yeah. So that's it for the main deck. I think it's exactly 40 cards. Yeah. And it worked out insanely well. I also loved the 1 Kaiju because, yeah. Also, one small thing I forgot to mention is that sometimes they won't let you get to your Marincess wave, and because of an Ash Blossom or something. So let's say you have, actually let me showcase what I mean. Let's say you're going second, for example, and you have like Pascalus. So if you normal summon Pascalus and you link it off into Sea Angel to get to your wave, then if they negate her with an Imperm or an Ash Blossom or something, hopefully Ash Blossom I mean, then you can give them a Kaiju, and then talents not only of course can draw you 2 cards or look at your opponent's hand and whatsoever, but it can also get you your Kaiju, and this technically acts as your dive that you wanted to get, because you can link these 2 off to go into Anemone and then revive the Pascalus and then link the Pascalus off to get your well and whatsoever. Just wanted to mention that in case it comes up for you as well. It has come up a lot more times than I could imagine, to be honest. And now let's get into the extra deck. So for our link ones, we are playing double Sea Angel. She's one of the best cards of the deck, and she's typically the one you want to chain block because she's susceptible to Ash Blossom, and yeah. And we are also playing the double Blue Slug. I wish I could play 3 of her, but I cannot for the life of me. I want to have more options, and yeah, sometimes I pay the price of not playing 3 because she assists your grind game so much. But yeah, so we are playing 2 and 2 of the link ones. We are also playing double Coral Anemone. She's the best card of the deck, and we are also playing 1 Splash Mage because he makes our bad 1 card starters. We are playing the 1 Crystal Heart because she can mess some people's days up. When you have Battle Ocean up, some people cannot pass through your endboards at all, and it's very good. We are also playing the Marbled Rock and the Coral Triangle. These ones are also insane. She gets our trap card, which is Marincess Wave, which is one of the best cards of the deck. And Marbled Rock recycles from the grave, and she's a huge 2500 attack link 3. But the most important thing to not forget is Coral Triangle's graveyard effect. She says that if you control no monsters and the opponent controls a monster, you can banish her and kind of soul charge link monsters from the grave, that their link ratings equal your her link rating. So you can special summon an Anemone and a Sea Angel, and then Anemone revives another one, and you know how that goes. Soul charge. Yeah. And now for our, oh no, sorry about that. Oh no. And now for our link force, we are playing the best card of the deck, which is World Sea Dragon Xilantis, Bubble Reef, and 1 Argonaut. Now, here's the thing. I would love to actually play 2 Xilantis, but I don't have the space. Because you'll be like, oh my god, this is only 13. Yes, but don't forget we are also playing the Aegirine run. So we are playing 1 Gimir and we are playing the 1 Changing. I love these cards. Ymir is the absolute best because it can protect your monsters before you even activate your wave, and not only that, if you don't get to your wave, she can protect your Marincess monsters, and she can also be an insane interruption. And yeah, I love her, and Changing is kind of great. He synergizes well with some of our banish effects, and he also is great post side because I'm siding DD Crows a lot of the time, so Chenging and DD Crow together are kind of insane. I actually mained it for a little bit, but I ended up facing so many matchups that DD Crow was just mediocre, and yeah. Chenging is not exactly necessary, but I love having the option for Chenging because he sometimes lets me OTK super easily, and especially if I activated Desires in that game because he becomes huge. But instead of Chenging, you can actually either add one area or one extra Zealandis, or even the one extra Blue Slug. But yeah. Area, I'm kind of sad I don't run because she sometimes is so insanely good if the opponent has a water monster in their graveyard. But yeah, that's how it is. We have to make our choices. So that's it for the main deck. As I said, this performed insanely well. I had a ton of options every game. I opened hand traps, but I also opened enough engine to extend a lot, and yeah, the deck was actually insane. So let me also give you some insight on how I decided to side deck this event. So see you in a bit. So for my side deck, I had the two more Kaijus inside to obviously break boards even more efficiently if I'm going second, and I also had my two DD Crows that could replace my Trolls or something else, as long as, I mean, Droll is also valuable in that matchup. And very weird situation, I also had two droplets for going second because going second, the droplet is kind of great, but I don't want to draw two, I guess. I don't stand by the choice of the two droplets, but I just couldn't find space to run something else. Yeah, DD Crow I had for chaining as well, and tears and stuff like that. Gameciel I really like in general, it's a kaiju okay, not anything more to explain. I also played the triple D barrier for obvious reasons. This wrecks a ton of decks, and I also played anti-spells, and oh right, I just remembered that the other matchup was pendulums, so yeah, I won game 1 and game 2 I activated, not game 2, right, I lost game 2 as well, but I won game 3 by activating anti-spell and having a full board with Bubble Wreath that let me draw like 5 billion cards, and so that was my side deck. Oh right, sorry, it's not only that, and I also played 2 Lightning Storms and 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 6, 8. Yeah, and 2 Lightning Storms and 1 Harpy's Feathers Duster, sorry, not Storm, but I have them in another deck right now, and yeah, I forgot to mention. So that's it for my Marincess deck profile, and maybe let's have one tiny test hand as well. Also, yeah, not also, let's get into the test hand. I'm dumb. So let's get into our test hands. Let's cut once, twice and thrice, and yeah, let's see our hand. Veiler, Ash Blossom, Aegirine, and Spring Girl Mandarin. Now this is a motherfucking hand. No, I'm kidding. But let's see what we could do here. So I would probably normal summon my Spring Girl first, then link Spring Girl off to go into my Sea Angel, and then I would activate Sea Angel effect as Chainlink 1 and then Spring Girl's effect as Chainlink 2. This usually enforces my opponent to actually try and negate my Sea Angel with either an Imperm or Veiler effect, because me chain blocking actually makes my opponent think, and it is very logical, that I am very reliant on this effect, the surge effect. So yeah, for this specific hand I don't mind getting hand dropped because I have a lot of extension due to Aegirine Run and Mandarin as well. But let's say they don't negate it, so we'll of course middle one with our Spring Girl. They're going to get 200 damage because we need the Pascalus, and then we are going to get our Battle Ocean with Sea Angel, and we are also going to activate the Battle Ocean. Then we are going to activate Aegirine Run's effect by discarding the Mandarin to special summon her alongside our lovely token that we made by destroying an Ice Jade Aegirine, which is very sad, but it turned out great. So fuck Aegirine, isn't that what the lore says as well? So I'm kidding, sorry about that. So we are going to link off our token. By the way, I want to special summon her here. We're going to link off our token and our Sea Angel here to go into our Anemone. Then Anemone is going to special summon our Sea Angel, and then Mandarin is going to get special summoned here because we have the Sea Angel and Anemone here. Sorry about that. Yeah, so then we are going to actually we're going to link off the Mandarin for our Blue Slug, and then Blue Slug is going to get us our Spring Girl to our hand. Here we are going to link these two off to go into our Coral Triangle, and then Anemone's effect from the grave, which we can also chain block with Battle Ocean, but right now I'm not going to do it because it takes so much time equipping and re-equipping. But yeah, we're going to get our Pascalus to our hand, and then Coral Triangle, we can discard one Pascalus to get us our Marincess Wave. Yay! And here we can actually get this here. Yeah, we can link these two off to go into our Crystal Heart, and then use Crystal Heart and Coral Triangle to go into our Great Bubble Reef, and also equip to her 1, 2, and 3. Of course, you can also get a, what is it called, an Argonaut instead of a Bubble Reef. Doesn't really matter, but yeah. So that's one way to actually play this hand. So that's it for this deck profile. Thank you for watching, and let me know if you want me to make some more test hands about this deck, or maybe duels, or maybe a feature match or something. I don't know. I'm having some things in the works, but we'll see for now. I'm also going to be posting some non-water related stuff later this month. I'm actually a huge Ritual Beast fan, and I'm going to give a great emphasis in that deck from now on. And I'm also going to be making some guides for this deck, because it's one of my favorite decks ever, and it is one of the hardest decks to master ever, in my opinion. Like, you can get so confused when you're trying this deck. So I'm going to make a big multiple part guide about ritual beasts. So if you're interested, let me know. And yeah, we are going to be ready for when they hit the TCG. Yeah, thanks for watching and see you later. Bye.